The unexpected encounter was just another day on set for Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. They were working on a new film, and the atmosphere was buzzing with excitement. Keanu had always admired Sandra for her talent, kindness, and grace. They had worked together in the past, but this time something felt different. Keanu couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more to their connection. Sandra had always been the one to light up the room, to make everyone feel at ease. But today, she seemed a little distant, as if something was weighing on her mind. Keanu, ever the gentleman, noticed this and decided to do something about it. He approached her during a break, his heart racing. "Hey, Sandra," he said with a warm smile. "You doing okay?" Sandra looked at him, surprised. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little tired, you know how it is." Keanu nodded, but he could tell there was more. He wanted to make her feel better, to lift her spirits. He knew she had been through a lot in her personal life recently, and he couldn't help but feel a deep sense of empathy for her. Without thinking, he asked, "Hey, how about we grab a coffee after work? Just the two of us. I promise it'll be a good time." Sandra hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "That sounds nice, Keanu. I'd like that." It was a simple gesture, but it meant the world to Sandra. She had always admired Keanu's kindness, but she never expected him to go out of his way for her like this. She felt a warmth in her chest, something she hadn't felt in a long time. As the day went on, Keanu couldn't stop thinking about the coffee date. He knew it was just a small thing, but he wanted to make it special for Sandra. He thought about how he could surprise her, how he could make her smile in a way that would truly touch her heart. Keanu had always been the type of person who went above and beyond for others, and he wasn't about to stop now. He began to make plans in his head, thinking of little details that would make their time together unforgettable. He wanted to create an experience, not just a coffee date. The next day, he arrived early to the cafe they had agreed to meet at. He had already ordered their favorite drinks and had arranged for a small table by the window, where they could enjoy the view of the city. But he wasn't done yet. He had one more surprise up his sleeve. When Sandra walked into the cafe, her eyes immediately found Keanu. She smiled, a little unsure of what to expect. But when she saw the table, the drinks, and the soft lighting, she couldn't help but feel a sense of warmth flood over her. "Wow, Keanu," she said, her voice filled with surprise and appreciation. "This is really thoughtful." Keanu smiled back, his heart swelling with happiness. "I just wanted to make sure you had a good time." Sandra took a seat, and the two of them settled into a comfortable conversation. The world around them seemed to fade away as they talked about everything and nothing at all. Keanu made her laugh, and for the first time in a long time, she felt at ease as the evening wore on. Their conversation grew deeper. Keanu could see that Sandra was starting to open up, revealing pieces of herself that she usually kept hidden. She spoke about her struggles, her fears, and the weight of the expectations that came with being in the public eye. Keanu listened attentively, his heart aching for her. He understood more than she realized. He had faced his own share of challenges and heartbreaks over the years, but it was in moments like this, when he could connect with someone on a real, human level, that he felt truly alive. "Sandra," Keanu said gently, "you're one of the most incredible people I've ever met, and you deserve to be happy, just like anyone else." Sandra looked at him, her eyes glistening with emotion. "Thank you, Keanu," she whispered. "I don't hear that enough." Keanu smiled softly, his heart full. "Well, you should, because it's true." In that moment, Sandra felt something shift within her. For so long, she had carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, trying to be everything for everyone. But with Keanu, she could just be herself, vulnerable, real, and free from judgment. It was a feeling she hadn't experienced in a long time, and it brought tears to her eyes. Just when Sandra thought the evening couldn't get any better, Keanu stood up from the table. "I have one more surprise for you," he said with a mischievous grin. Sandra raised an eyebrow, curious but also slightly apprehensive. Keanu walked over to the corner of the cafe, where a small stage had been set up for local performances. He gestured for Sandra to follow him. "Come on," he said. "Trust me." When Sandra followed him, she was stunned to see a microphone in Keanu's hand. "Wait, what are you doing?" she asked, her voice filled with laughter and disbelief. Keanu shrugged playfully. "I thought I'd sing you a song." Sandra's jaw dropped. She knew Keanu had many talents, but singing? She wasn't sure what to expect. But there he was, standing in front of her, ready to serenade her. With a deep breath, Keanu began to sing, his voice warm and sincere. Sandra was blown away. It wasn't just the unexpectedness of the moment. It was the raw emotion in his voice, the way he poured his heart into every note. By the end of the song, Sandra was in tears. Not just because of the beauty of the performance, but because of the kindness and vulnerability Keanu had shown her. It was a gift she would never forget. The evening continued, filled with laughter, conversation, and a deep connection between the two of them. As the night drew to a close, Keanu walked Sandra to her car, his heart full. He knew this was a night that would stay with both of them forever. "Sandra," Keanu said softly as they reached her car, "thank you for letting me do this. It means more than you know." Sandra smiled, her eyes still glistening from the emotional roller coaster of the evening. "No, thank you, Keanu. You've given me something I didn't know I needed. You've made me believe in kindness again." Keanu's heart swelled with pride. "You deserve it, Sandra." As Sandra drove away, she couldn't help but feel a sense of peace settle over her. The world felt a little brighter, a little kinder, and it was all because of one simple, unforgettable night with Keanu Reeves. In the days that followed, Sandra couldn't stop thinking about that night. It wasn't just the surprise, the song, or the special attention. It was the genuine care that Keanu had shown her, the way he had reached out when she needed it most. She realized that this wasn't just about a moment. It was about the lasting impact of true kindness. Keanu, on the other hand, was happy just knowing that he had been able to help someone he admired so much. He wasn't looking for recognition or praise. He simply wanted to make the world a little brighter, one person at a time. And for Sandra, Keanu's surprise had done just that. It had reminded her of the goodness in the world, the kindness that still existed, and the importance of being vulnerable with the people who cared about you. The truth? It wasn't just a surprise. It was a reminder that kindness, respect, and humility could change a person's life. And in a world that often seemed cold, that was more powerful than anything else. It was a night neither of them would ever forget, and one that would stay in their hearts forever.